Hello and welcome to this tutorial on encapsulation, and I'm hoping to make it a little bit easier for you to understand. Now, what I've got here is my class that I've set up. If you understand OOP or you've got this far, you understand that the idea of using this programming paradigm is that everything is built into objects so I can have, for example, a person that has all their attributes and all their methods kind of included in one. Now, what we're going to do is a little program today, and you can see I've already tested this a little bit. Just going to clear that, run it again, and what this does at the moment is I'm in a CD shop and I want to add the VAT onto every item. So if I'm going to have a CD, there's going to be a payment of £10, and you can see that that's been passed in there, and I've set the price. And the way I've done this is I've worked out the price times 20%, and that has worked out that is £12 when you pay for a £10 CD. Now, as it stands at the moment, what we've got is variables that are accessible outside the class. All right. So we're not working in the class. I can access the final price there. What that also means that I can do at this point in time is I can go cd.finalPrice equals 0. I can overwrite it, which is not good, not as a developer. Because as a developer, sometimes we have accidents. And what we can do to overcome this is we can use something called encapsulation. Now, there's lots of different ways you can do this. And one method that you might do, I'm just going to hashtag this out, all right, is you might protect it first, all right? Now, protected in Python is more of a naming convention, all right? But what that means is, because you'll see that this still works right now, which is not ideal, but what it means is that if I was to, say, inherit this class, so I was going to create another one called class payment discounts or whatever, but inherit all of the attributes from this class, if I was to do that, what that's going to do is mean that when I use a single underscore, ideally, I should only be able to access the attributes within that class. All right. Now, that doesn't really work in Python. So this is why we use two underscores, and that makes the data private. This means that you can only access this now and get the data if you are working within the class. Because watch what's going to happen now when I run this. It gives me an attribute error because it can no longer access this information. So what we can do is add two underscores to that, and that makes that private. But what we can do so that we can access this information, and this is the whole idea of encapsulation, so that we can only we're basically encapsulating that data within the class so it can only be accessed within the class using those methods there. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to do def, all right? So we're going to create a method, and it's going to be called get final underscore price. And again, I'm going to pass in self. I'm going to pass in everything from that. And this time I'm going to return self dot underscore underscore final underscore price. Now, what you should notice now is I'm going to, rather than use this, I'm going to use the method that I've created to return that information. Because again, if I try and run that at the moment, it gives me the attribute error because I'm trying to access this directly. So it's a way of protecting your data, and it's really useful, particularly if you're working with passwords and so on. Now, what I want to do here, and there's a reason why I've left this line in here, because I'm going to show you how it protects your data in a moment, in case you accidentally change it. I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to go to get final price. So I've used get final price, and that is going to get the value and print it out for me. All right. Now, if I was to run that, you can see now that my 10 has gone in and the value that was returned here can be viewed just by me accessing the get final price method. Now, this is where it's really cool, because if as a programmer you accidentally change or think that you can change that, so watch, I'm going to go onto that and I'm going to go CD underscore final price. So I've written it exactly as it was there. And there I am thinking that I can change that outside of the scope of this. Watch what happens. It's still 12 because it's accessing this directly using the price that was passed in. So if I accidentally make this mistake here where I think or somebody changes the code maliciously and thinks that they can change it globally, they cannot. Okay. So you can see more the reason for using it and why it's important. Now, I want to be able to change the data that is within this class. But in order to do this, so imagine you have somebody that is bringing in coupons into your store. What we can do is I'm going to create a new method now called set coupon. And what I'm going to need to pass into this is a discount amount. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say self dot, so this is me changing the value of that final price now. All right. Set final price equals self dot final underscore price minus self dot underscore final price times by the discount amount. Now, I've not used it yet, okay, but what I'm going to do is I want to set, let me hashtag this out so you can see that it was there. I'm going to set the discount price now. So watch what's going to happen here. CD dot set coupon, and I'm going to choose how much discount I want to apply. So I want 40%, so I'm going to put 0.4. So that's going to pass in 0.4 here. So hopefully you're understanding this. But I'm actually changing the value of what the final price was. So the final price is final price minus final price times discount. Now, if it makes it easier for you to visualize, I could put brackets around that for you to understand. So you can see that value there. Then I'm going to print out the final price. So what should happen here is that will work out our discount, what it is. So we can see now that with that discount, with 40% off because somebody's brought a coupon in, the final price goes up to 7.1999999 reoccurring, okay? So again, we can only change that value working directly within the class. You can see that all of the data and all the methods are bundled together, all right? Because that's the discount amount that was passed in here. So hopefully you're understanding how that works. Now, believe it or not, all right, it's possible to create private methods as well. What we can do is do def underscore, and we're going to go to calculate total discount, and I'm going to pass in the discount amount again. All right. I want to calculate the total discount. We're going to return self dot underscore final underscore price times discount. But if I try to do CD, let's go for so that returns that. If I try to do this, CD dot underscore calculate underscore total discount and pass in 0.4 to that, watch what happens. You can see I get an attribute error there. It doesn't work. I'm not able to access that. So that's now made it that you may only access that within the class. So let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. What I'm going to do over here is I am going to do minus. I've worked out what the amount is. All I need to do is do minus self dot underscore underscore calculate discount. And again, I'm using the same amount. All right, I'm using the same parameter. So of course I can use it with this. So let's run this. And you can see it's a similar program to before. You may want to pause this and rerun this. But that is an example of how encapsulation is working and how we use the getters and setters. Hopefully at points within this video, you've seen how I'm not able to change things, okay, unless I've directly accessed this. And you'll see by making this method private, I wasn't able to access it outside. So by making it private, it can only be used within the class. So hopefully you've been able to kind of visualize and understand how encapsulation works a little bit better. So have a go.